Gator Club. While you enjoy Gator football watch parties in the sports bar with fellow Gators, your family and friends can enjoy bowling, roller skating, and the many entertaining electronic games. All Gator fans are also welcome to attend the Panhandle Gator Club meetings, 6 p.m. every second Tuesday of the month at the same location. Follow Gator gatherings all year long at panhandlegatorclub.com. Go Gators!
No tricks, only treats. Krispy Kreme Donuts unleashes spectacular new trick-or-treat donuts. So good, it's scary. Whether hosting a haunted bash, a hayride, or carving a pumpkin, this Halloween, stop by Krispy Kreme Donuts with 2 locations in front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Since 1937, Krispy Kreme Donuts, where you get them hot.
The Kings of the Swamp.
Ball's loose at the 38. Gators got it. Wow.
Join us for the Florida-Georgia game on Saturday, November 1st.
Quick race down the near sideline. 20, 15, 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Gators.
On your home for Florida football.
Coverage starts Saturday at 2. Kickoff at 2:30. On your spot for the Florida Gators on the Gulf Coast. It's 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Is sacked.
The NFL plays here.
It's a Kansas City touchdown.
Sunday, Monday, and Thursday.
Ruling on the field that the touchdown has been confirmed.
At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up on Thursday Night Football, Tua and your Miami Dolphins host the Baltimore Ravens.
Throws caught. Touchdown. Malik Washington got the laser.
Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7:15 on your spot for the NFL on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon, this is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Tuesday. Partly sunny the rest of the day with a wind around 11 miles per hour out of the north and 71. Tonight look for mostly clear skies with a temperature near 59. Tomorrow, a high around 72 and a small chance of rain showers in the morning and afternoon, and then mostly sunshine. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your NFL and college football headquarters is Dak Cajun Place. With 27 TVs, you won't miss a play or a game. Score 50-cent wings during live games every Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. 50-cent wings. And $5 pitchers during live games only at Dak Cajun Place. LSU and Saints fans, wear your team colors and get free Jell-O shots when LSU or the Saints score. Plus brunch on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 2 with $3 mimosas. Game like a local at Dak Cajun Place.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX New Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And now, the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host.
Hey, there's the new guy.
Paul Wilson.
That is not winning football.
Paul is your pipeline to the heart of the action.
The defense can only play this good for so long.
Hot takes, big reactions, and your calls are incoming.
This week, it's really going to be crucial.
The Sports Blitz.
They're playing championship football.
The new Sports Blitz.
You can say what you want.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It is. It's time for the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Tuesday, baby, and we are ready to go. Action-packed, live and local from the CBC Construction Studio. Man, we are excited about today. We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, as always, on a Tuesday. I got the local guy here from Louisiana, Jeffrey. How you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm doing good. I got some new info on LSU firing.
Oh, yeah? We're going to definitely talk about that. And as always, crushing the ones and the twos, Bone Crusher. How you doing, Bone Crusher?
Dude, I'm eating a sandwich from the Easy Way gas station down the street. Delish.
Oh, my gosh. Do you need some money?
Where's that food? Is it making its easy way out?
Oh, man. Easy Way. We'll have to get them to be a sponsor to the show.
Wow.
But either way, man, it's so good to see everybody here. If you're listening locally on the radio, maybe you're watching from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the ESPN Northwest Florida app, we appreciate it. And don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. I know we're right in the middle of college football season. I get it. And we're going to talk all college football today, specifically Florida State, Miami, Florida, all of the teams here. But we cannot not talk about the World Series. I know you stayed up all night watching 18 innings for the Dodgers to pull off the victory with a Freddie Freeman home run. 18 innings. The Dodgers had 10 pitchers. And the Blue Jays had 9 pitchers that pitched in the game last night. Did you get to see any of the highlights? It was crazy.
No. I saw Ohtani did great again, and they said they're not going to pitch to him anymore. They're like, we're done with pitching that guy.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Well, if you think about it, he batted 9 times last night. He was 4 for 4 with 5 walks, 3 of those being intentional walks, and 2 home runs.
So 3 intentional and 2 unintentional walks.
Yeah, just where you pitch and try to get him to chase a bad pitch, but never he never swung at anything.
He's not
bad.
a sucker.
That's right, he is not. Now, possibly we are looking at the greatest baseball player to ever step on the field. Do you know why? Because tonight he's pitching. So 17 hours later, now he is pitching the starting pitcher of this game. Game number 4.
So are you saying that this game is the Blue Jays have to win?
Yes. Yeah.
Because if they're behind 3-1...
Yeah, it's tough after that.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen it, once or twice?
If history serves me correct, it's just once. I don't think
and that was the Red Sox over the Yankees, 03 maybe?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that we are watching greatness right here. I mean,
we are.
I mean, and a lot of people can say what they want about this, that, or the other, but the guy is he's just putting on a show for everybody. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know I know we haven't. We've never seen anything like this before. I mean, you saw Babe Ruth or heard of Babe Ruth stories about when he pitched and all of that, but he stopped pitching in the middle of his career and began to just be a hitter, and a great hitter, don't get me wrong, one of the top 5 baseball players to ever play. But when you look at Ohtani being able to do what he's doing, being able to pitch, not just hitting, I mean, we're possibly looking at the greatest baseball player to ever strap on cleats. And a lot of people, they don't want to admit to it yet. They're talking about, he may not even be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer today because not only is he breaking other records, but that last night was a record. There's nobody ever been on the bases 9 times, got on base 9 times.
9 separate times, yes.
In a World Series game.
Yeah.
There's just never happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just crazy. And he is just phenomenal. And when you watch him, but
the thing is that with Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth, the longevity.
Right.
That's the only thing standing this guy's way. That's it. That's all. Everything else we see what we're looking at.
And you notice last year he was still in the bases. This year, not so much. Mm-hmm. So, and then this year he's pitching. Last year he didn't.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
it is like Babe Ruth though.
It's
in
really
some ways
crazy. Yeah, I mean, and that's when you watch something so crazy like this. You have to. I don't care if you like the Dodgers. I don't care if you like him, but you have to respect it.
I don't understand how he doesn't have a nickname by now.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth's first name is not Babe.
Right.
Hank Aaron's first name is not Hank.
Right.
There's tons of players that don't go by their first name. They have a nickname. How does this guy not have a nickname already? I just don't even get it.
They call him Ohtani or they call him Shohei. I mean, that's just what they call him. So, and that's his name.
I've had barbers that were Asian who had American nicknames, and they aren't playing baseball. I mean, he has to have. I don't understand how he doesn't have a nickname.
Yeah.
How does this not even happen? Come on.
I don't know. I don't understand it. But either way, we do have a caller on the line. We've got Lynn Haven Rob on the phone. Rob, how you doing, my friend?
I'm great, guys. How are y'all doing? I wanted to talk to y'all since y'all started talking about the World Series and stuff. But, hey, I did want to ask you one quick question. We'll get back to that. Did y'all hear about the big investigation that the NFL's doing now today?
Yes, with Antonio Gates.
No. This was that somebody had moved all the clocks in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium up 8 hours Sunday, and Kirk Cousins thought that it was dark.
Oh, gosh. Oh, you got us on that one.
Not everybody will get that. But.
Oh, wow. All right. You got us on that one.
But anyway, back to Ohtani. Did y'all see him pitch in the last series?
Yes.
When he got off the mound after the first inning, he kind of trots back to the dugout to get on all of his gear and everything.
Yeah.
Well, about the second pitch was low and away, and the umpire called it a strike. And he looked at the umpire like, I hope you give me that pitch all night. He ended up with 10 strikeouts.
You're not kidding. Yeah. So, I mean, what are you on? Are you on the Ohtani train as far as being possibly the best baseball player we've ever seen?
After watching him, I really hadn't paid much attention to him except for, what you hear. But after watching him throw the other night and then hit 3 home runs, if you throw anything inside belt high, he's all over it. It's gone.
Yeah.
You know, and there's now last night is the first pitch that I've seen him hit, the first time I've seen he hit something away. And he, you know, when he drove that one into left center. But that one. I mean, both guys were on their horses as soon as it was hit. And it beat them to the warning track, you know, and bounced off. Go ahead.
So, no, let's say the last 35 years, and we're going to exclude Nolan Ryan because I'm kind of partial to Nolan Ryan. The last 35 years, would you say who's the best baseball player other than Ohtani, obviously? I mean, is it McGuire? Is it Bonds? Is it Judge? Who are we talking here?
Well, to me, I don't think any of them, you know, because if you talk about playing both ways, none of them played defense. McGuire was a first baseman, but he was not. How many Gold Gloves did McGuire have at first base?
I don't think any. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and it just, there's no difference with him. After watching him pitch the other night, you know, he hit the ball. He's throwing that slider that breaks off. I mean, you couldn't roll it off a table and then get any more break in it. You know, he's just got so much in the movement that he has on his fastball, you know, and he's throwing the upper 90s with very little effort. And I didn't realize how big of a guy he is, but, you know, a lot of big guys, they crouch, you know, at the plate and all that sort of stuff. They don't want to give you a big target. He stands up there, and the top of his bat is probably 10 foot off the ground because his arms are straight up, the bat's straight up, and he's standing straight up.
Wow.
And daring you to throw it inside.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you. And you know, Barry Bonds, early on in his career, he was playing the field, and he probably's got a Golden Glove here or there. But as he got older, he never played anymore. He just DH'd the whole time.
As a let's say this, I'll say that King Griffey was probably one of the best outfielders that there was, because he could carry, you know, and who's to say what Bo Jackson, if he had not got hurt.
You're not kidding.
Playing football, he would be a double Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind.
You know, I think there was a lot of hype at the beginning about this one person, but I don't think they lived up to expectations I had for him. Was Alex Rodriguez?
Right. And,
I mean, you know, I think there was a lot of hype.
And we'll go this, okay? Ohtani's been here 2 years. Let's see what he's like, you know, 6 or 7 years from now. You know, where he's at, you know, if he doesn't have, you know, what could have killed him, you know, was when his interpreter got all in trouble about the gambling and stuff like that.
That was big.
And he came out squeaky clean, you know, whether he is or not, you know, if he knew, but why, if you're not doing the one that's getting the thrill, why would you put up the money? He don't need that. For sure.
Do you think that? Do you think? And this is just an opinion. You know, we're not going to hold you liable for this. Do you think that he paid that guy to take the rap?
No, because I think there would have been some type of a paper trail, and they could not find anything where he had done. You know, no paper trail whatsoever. So now that guy stole or took checks. You know, they had determined that those checks were not checks that he had written to him. The ones that they had, that they were fraudulent or something. So I don't, you know, there was, unless, let's say this, I'll say it this way, unless there was a lot of stuff pushed under the table because they didn't want to really, their golden child.
Back in the days, somebody would have got away with, you know, this whole thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, you take Michael Jordan. You know, I mean, he was. They weren't going to bring anything out against him. You know, and Pete Rose was pissed off the commissioner of baseball. You know, and told everybody basically he was gambling, but he was gambling on. He didn't think it was right because he was gambling on the Reds. But you know,
yeah,
it is what it.
But if you look at Ohtani though. we're getting to watch on the grand stage greatness and seeing what he can do with hitting, seeing what he can do with pitching. And like I said to Jeff, you know, he was stealing bases last year. It was almost like he just wanted to show everybody that he could do everything possible, you know, as a player. And I, you know, people can say what they want, but you can't convince me otherwise that he couldn't play right field if he wanted to, you know.
Yeah. Or first base.
Yeah,
I don't
not
know if he
catcher.
could play third. I'm not sure he's played third.
No.
But he could play first, and I think he could play right field.
Oh, yeah, he could play right field.
Without him. Yeah, he's not going to catch. But the rest of it, yeah, I think he could play just about anywhere you stuck him.
Yeah, so Rob, what do you think about the Dodgers? You think they're going to win it in 6, 7? What are you going to do?
I don't think it's going to go 7. I think they'll give one up. Between now and then, they'll have to go back to. They may go 7. Let's just give it that, because you know, TV and everything else. You're gonna have 2 countries watching it, so they may go 7.
Oof.
You know,
I still stand by what I said. I think it's still going to be 6. I did pick the Blue Jays at the beginning of the playoffs that they were going to beat the Dodgers, but that hasn't held up too well, so I'm probably going to lose that because I am a Dodger fan. So.
Let me ask you this. Game 1, the Blue Jays pitched a rookie. I think that was probably the best place to put him to go, because if he loses Game 1, you can tell him, you know, you didn't do good. It's World Series, too big, it's stage for you. It's hurting your career. You'd have waited to start him in Game 2. You know, if you lost Game 1, now you got pressure on him. We're down 1. We got to do. I think letting him start Game 1 was the way to go, and I think everybody that's got a young pitcher from now on should start them Game 1.
Yeah, it worked out good for them, and it helps them.
And it just takes a lot of pressure off these young guys.
Yeah, I agree with you. Rob, we're going to have to go to our next break, but, man, we appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
One quick thing. Anybody that has not watched that baseball game yet tonight, you owe it to yourself to watch that ball game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be intense. I think it's going to be crucial for the Blue Jays to win this one. And also, you got to think about the quick turnaround, because those guys are used to their way of doing a game. And so 17 hours later, having to turn right back around and play. And with Ohtani coming in and pitching, if he strikes out 10 tonight, this could possibly, in a 2-game stretch, overtake the Flu Jordan game as the possible greatest playoff performance in history.
What about the kid that pitched, was it Saturday night? That's pitched 2 complete games for the Dodgers.
Very true. It's just amazing. Whoever's buying all these players for the Dodgers, every other team needs to do the same thing.
That's where the college football's going.
You're exactly
all right.
Guys,
I'll let you go.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Rob.
I have one question for you, Paul.
Yeah.
If the Blue Jays win this in 7, which I don't think they will.
Yeah.
When's the last bigger upset than that in the World Series, obviously?
I mean, I'd have to look, because I mean,
wasn't Schilling at Arizona Diamondbacks?
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge one.
Yeah, that was big.
Marlins over Yankees in what, 02 or 01 or something like that?
That was huge.
That was pretty huge. I'd say one of those two.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, because the Blue Jays have been good all year.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, they've been good all year.
Their record shows it.
Yeah. So
and you know what? They tailed off at the end, because it really, I don't say it didn't matter. They did get the 1 seed, though.
Yeah, that's true. It helped.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been good all year, so I don't know if this would be. I mean, yeah, it would be an upset just because.
No, the expectations are there, and the Dodgers weren't the 1 seed, weren't they? The 2?
Yeah,
yeah.
But I mean, the Dodgers, they're just so good. It just tells by the way they act that, you know, they're just having a ball, and it's just like they know they're going to win. There's this confidence.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Chiefs being the 2 seed after the Ravens. You know, it's like we just knew that the Chiefs were going to do it anyway. You know.
Yeah. Kind of knew it the same way.
Yeah.
But either way, man, I can't believe that, you know, that he just, it's just amazing. And that's why we had to talk about at the beginning. I know everybody wants to talk college football or NFL football or whatever, and we are, but man, just to say Shohei Ohtani, wow, and thank you. You know, we've been blessed We've had Jordan in our era.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Tom Brady in our era. We got Shohei Ohtani in our era.
I'm going to throw in Mike Tyson.
We got Mike Tyson in our era.
Yeah.
I mean, and you and darts. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, gosh, our generation has been seeing some great athletes. Either way, we're going to take our break, and when we come back, Taylor Devers from the state of Tallahassee. We got to talk about the Florida State Seminoles. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Only 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida could bring sports fans like you an app this powerful. The sports content you crave is always on. Live stream us everywhere you go. Now with upgraded programming and live game schedules, you'll always know when the Atlanta Braves and your favorite games are playing. Plus, interact with our local hosts in real time and so much more. The new app for the sports fanatic is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. From 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Tuesday. Partly sunny the rest of the day with a wind around 11 miles per hour out of the north and 71. Tonight look for mostly clear skies with a temperature near 59. Tomorrow, a high around 72 and a small chance of rain showers in the morning and afternoon, and then mostly sunshine. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Are you looking to invest in rare coins and precious metals? Well, look no further. Coin and Bullion Reserves is Bay County's trusted source for rare coins and precious metals. Located in the heart of Panama City, our showroom is stocked with a vast selection of gold and silver bullion, rare coins, and currency. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned collector, we have what you're looking for. Our sales staff has over 50 years of experience to help guide you through your purchase. Come and visit Coin and Bullion Reserves today and build your collection with confidence.
The Kings of the Swamp.
Ball's loose at the 38. Gators got it. Wow.
Join Sean Kelly and the rest of the broadcast team as they bring you Gator football all season long.
Quick race down the near sideline. 20, 15, 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Gators.
On your home for Florida football, the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
The Florida Gators play here. Listen to select games on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. Now back to the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in. You can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. Don't forget, we are your place for Thursday night football. The Ravens at Jeff's Dolphins. Coverage starts at 6:30 after the show. Kickoff is at 7:15. Those Dolphins are looking to rebound, and the Ravens looking to maybe start Lamar Jackson or maybe not. They got in trouble about that, just so you know, because they put him on the probable list when in all actuality, they knew he wasn't ready at all. So there you go, and they're going to fine them for doing that because that's against the rules. You can't do that in the NFL. You've got to tell them if they're playing or not because they have to get prepared for who they're playing.
Well, I mean, probable, it's a tricky word.
Yeah, but and then on Friday they say, oh, he's not playing. He's out. And it's like, nah.
Well, I mean, it's 2 days before. You're kind of waiting for it.
No, we're not doing that. But either way, We're pumped up. It's Tuesday. We got Taylor Devers from Norvell Central Chop Chat on the phone line. Taylor, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. How about you?
We are doing good here. We got it going today, and you had the bye week. You were off. You were sick. Now you sound a whole lot better. Sounds like you feel better. How's them Seminoles feeling? That's going to be the question.
I hope it's business as usual. I hope they go out there and get a win, but woo, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the question that everybody's asking, I know that's probably been all put out there, but is Tommy Castellanos healthy or is he not?
No, he's still not healthy. That's going to be the really big issue because Florida State fans are still wondering. Mike Norvell keeps alluding to the fact that the ACC is allowing their injury report coming out on Thursday. He hasn't gave a status update, which is really, really concerning.
So with that, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, you look at let's look all the way at the top level of football, the NFL. Lamar Jackson out. Ravens terrible. So you cannot.
Jaden Daniels
out. Terrible.
7 points.
Yeah. You cannot play good football with your starting quarterback hurt. There's just not very many other options. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, because, I mean, this isn't a veteran guy that they have backing up Castellanos either way. This is a true freshman that they have back there. He's a great guy. I think he's a four-star prospect. Florida State absolutely loves him, but the problem is he's young. He's really young.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And don't forget, we've talked about this from the beginning. As soon as we saw that Gus Malzahn was coming, we told you that Gus Malzahn has to have a specific type of quarterback, the Tommy Castellanos type of quarterback. And from what I saw, the other kid is not. What's his name, by the way?
Kevin Sperry.
Okay, yeah, Sperry is not that kind of guy, so a little different. So let's talk about this real quick. When you look at the way it's been set up, this whole NIL, and a lot of people, you know, we've been talking about it. It's been talked about on the show several times, but I do want to revisit this because when you look at the way that football is now, a lot of people are trying to say that the kids that are staying at colleges and, you know, those are the teams like your Indianas and a couple of others. They're starting to be better, but I don't think so. I think the reasoning behind these new teams getting in the hunt, like your Vanderbilts, yes, they got holdover players that have stayed, believed in a vision, followed a coach, stayed there, and grew and got better. But for the most part, the parity is the fact that there's no backups as much as there used to be. So the Blue Bloods, even though they're still in the top, you know, echelon of football, you cannot tell me that the parity has widened. Now you're starting to see these teams that are better because you still got teams like Iowa, they're still not good. Minnesota, they're still not good. Wake Forest, or, you know,
but
Boston College.
It takes more than just one player. I know you're heavy on the quarterbacks. You're talking about that, but still, come on. You need a whole team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if you've got a bunch of transfers or you've got a bunch of 5-stars, who's the backup? Because if you don't have pressure on the quarterback from your defensive line, it's going to be the same thing as not having a good quarterback on your offense. Your defense cannot rush anybody, so what you're going to do is you're going to have to blitz a linebacker so that somebody's going to be one-on-one, and you're going to get, you know, messed up when you got the best player on their team going against one of your best cornerbacks. Who's going to win that you know, shot, and that's the deal. That's what I'm talking about. Not necessarily just a quarterback, but, you know, your wide receivers aren't as deep. Your linebackers aren't as deep. Your defensive line's not as deep. Your offensive line is not as deep anymore because all of the good players are leaving, going, and starting and making $400,000 and $500,000 a year. Now, I'm going on a tangent right now. I understand that, but you got to look at it. Gio Lopez from the South Alabama Jaguars is making over $1 million with the North Carolina Tar Heels, for goodness sakes. So everybody's going where they can go to make their money, and to start, they're not wanting to sit the bench. And so now, if your quarterback goes down, I'll just tell you this way. I know we're big on Keelan Russell at Alabama, but you let Ty Simpson go down, and Alabama's not the same team. You let Gunnar Stockton go down, Georgia's not the same team. You let Diego Pavia go down at Vanderbilt, there might be a 500 team.
Carson Beck
goes down, Miami might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, Garrett Nussmeier goes down, nobody cares. What?
But, I mean, and that's what's happened with Florida State. Tommy Castellanos, he's down, he's hurt, he's injured, he's not 100%. So when he goes and runs, it's 75%. Taylor, what do you think on my take on that?
You know, the biggest concern I actually read a report earlier today that the trenches for the offensive and defensive line, there is 48% of those people that are in college right now that haven't transferred and have still stayed at their one school. And then it keeps going up. So I think it's like 92% of the quarterback transfers that have been through have been to a team, have been to at least 2 teams or 3 teams or 4 teams.
What?
The biggest thing that I factor into, too, is, well, like with the transfers and also having the trenches, 48%, Florida State has been decimated at the offensive and defensive line. That's part of the issue that Florida State's having now. It's great to have a quarterback that's fantastic, but the problem is if your offensive line can't protect him, that's where you're going to be going with this.
And that's the part that I'm talking about. When you look at the teams across the board, used to, I always go back to the Alabama days. You would have
look at the running back room.
The running back rooms,
wide receiver
the
room.
wide receiver rooms, the defensive line rooms, the offensive line room. If you were to take all of those 7 years of total domination that Nick Saban had at the peak of all of it, if you put him in this years of NIL, transfer portal, and all of that, I would say over half of those players would be somewhere else making millions of dollars, being the star on that team. And that's why we see the parity now. I mean, that's why you see an Indiana team. Come on, man. Cincinnati is not some guru that just popped up out of the country. No, he built something. He's playing in a weak conference. I said it. And then he goes off on these teams and wins because he's built something there at Indiana. But come on, man. It's not. If we were doing the same way, look at what Cincinnati's got at that place. He's probably paying people. He's probably paying starters.
They're top 5 in NIL pay expenditures.
Yeah.
Indiana is.
Right.
That's shocking.
It is
top
shocking.
5.
But that's why they're in the top 5 in the rankings.
Yeah. They're not in any other top 5 ranking, any top 5 anything, but the NIL expenditures they are.
And that's why you have that. And so, Taylor, I get it, man, and that's the frustration. Do you have any of those guys that have been off for the bye week that are coming back that you're excited about? Because I know we got to talk about who is out for this game because I saw the list, and it's absolutely diabolical. It's horrible.
Yeah, so Florida State's best corner, Javril Rawls, is supposed to be back this week. It's a big, huge gift for Florida State because their defensive backs in total have to get better. They have to be there, and he was the main guy of last week that wasn't even playing. So Florida State's really got to have those key guys back. Biggest thing also is Javion Boggs as well, who was the guy Florida State, Mike Norvell said that was going to be out for this game. Phenom true freshman just hasn't put it all together this year, but those are kind of the 2 guys that are looking at for the injury report so far.
And so what about the ones that are out as far as like Randy Pittman Jr. and Squirrel White?
Yeah, and the biggest thing with Squirrel, and I kind of talked about this before, it's really a miracle if Florida State gets 6 healthy games out of Squirrel White. That's just the reality of the situation. It sucks because Squirrel White's such a veteran piece on this team, but you really start to worry about Florida State and how they're going to piece everything together because, I mean, you look at the top 2 receivers, Deuce Robinson and Mekhi Danzy. Those are 2 guys that Florida State throws the ball to a ton, but then it drops off significantly to LaWayne McCoy with like 175 yards. That's a big issue in having to distribute the ball to other people.
Yeah, and as far as Randy Pittman, we know that his knee has been a problem. Local Mosley grad here from the Panhandle. Have you got any chance that he plays this weekend, or is he still out?
There is a chance that he plays this weekend. He's been battling through a lot. Ever since the Alabama game, he's really been battling his tail off to get back where he was at right now. The problem is just got to get that knee healthy. And I think with the bye week, you got a little more time. Even Gus Malzahn talked about with Tommy Castellano, got to get him healthy, got to get him there. There's just some of these guys are just battling, trying to get back. And then you add in the failures of losing as of late, that puts a whole lot more pressure for those guys to come back, even if they're not healthy, even if they're like 65, 60% healthy.
And that's really the key. If you look at every team across the board, when you're talking about winning not just winning your conference, but going further into the playoff, all of that. Everybody gets pumped up and excited about going to the 12-team playoff. But the key is somehow, some way, are you going to be able to keep your kids healthy? And that's just hard to do. And, and unfortunately for Florida State, the injury bug has hit them and hit them hard in places where they needed it not to hit. Because we talked about at the beginning of the season where they were slim at the defensive line position. They were slim at the offensive line position. Do you think that the offensive line what are you hoping for this offensive line? Because obviously they've not put it together the last 3 games. And has that been, when you've listened to Norvell talk, when you listen to Gus talk, is that something that are they addressing it? Are they kind of just saying we hope, or are they like, this is what we're going to do, we're going to fix this?
Yeah, and the offensive line has played decently well. They've had guys that have went down in certain spots. Even a Micah Pettis, who is their right tackle, he's been healthy at times, and then he's also been out. It's been kind of a weird situation because Florida State's offensive line has actually not played that bad. The problem is they're running the ball effectively, but they just cannot pass it down the field, and that's kind of the problem I bring up before. Deuce Robinson, Mekhi Danzy are the 2 guys that you're actually looking at in this offense, but if you're not able to bring those other guys into the factor, even a guy like Usman Kroma or even a Gavin Sawchuk, those guys have got to continue to run the ball. You can't take those guys out when they're getting, 12 carries for 50 yards. You got to keep bringing them in, keep pounding the rock, being able to establish the run. And I don't really think Florida State's done a really good job of that. They've kind of lost stray of that fact, and you're seeing Thomas Castellano attempt 40 passes, 45 passes, and that's not going to win you a football game.
Yeah, we talked about that. If his number is usually around the 20 area, 20, 25 at the most, and then, with the run game. But do you think it's because of the defense and just how many points they've been just giving up? Is that why? Or do you think they just not running the football because they don't want to?
Well, ironically enough, I think it's more the negative plays that they're having. It might be a reverse or maybe a run that gets stopped behind the backfield. You're at 2nd and 13. You have an incomplete pass at 3rd and 13. So then you're understanding, wow, I got to keep passing the ball. It's like 2 pass attempts every single drive, and it starts to add up after time. This is an offense that's not used to being behind the chains. If you get to a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, or 3rd and 2, that's where they want to be. But the problem is you're getting into all these 3rd down and 12, 3rd down and 9s, stuff like that this offense isn't really built to actually respond from.
I have to let me make a statement, and then I'm going to ask for an excuse. This offense has been scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
Paul's been trying to sell me on the Demon Deacons, and Florida State's a 9.5 point favorite over, what are they, 5-2?
It went up.
It's 9.5.
It was 8.5.
It's on ESPN.com. It's 9.5.
Okay.
And it's a 50.5 over under. So that's basically them telling me it's 30-20 or 30-21. 30 is the number I'm looking at. There's only been 2 times Florida State has not scored 30. I understand scoring 22 on Miami, whatever. They have a defense, blah, 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 blah. But scoring 13 on Stanford, that's the excuse. What is the excuse for that one score and it's your last game? What's the excuse on only scoring 13 on Stanford?
It's just not being into your game plan. You have guys out there that you're supposed to be able to establish the run with. As I said before, you can't get caught behind the chains. Next thing you know, you're getting – when you get a delay of game on your first play of the actual game, and you're literally just running on the field and you can't even get the snap off, that's, miscommunication, unorganized. It's just guys that, especially coming from a veteran offense, that you're not used to. It looked like they practice in the morning for all their practices. They practice early. They practice at 9 o'clock every single morning. The problem is when you're going to Stanford and you're having to play a game at 10:30 at night, that's a little bit of an issue. That's part of the problem that you're having there. Not to make excuses, but wouldn't you want to think that throughout that week of last week you would want to practice at night, want to practice in the afternoon to get your body ready for that game? That just seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, that sounds like a mismanagement of playing. Honestly, and that's surprising because that was going to be one of my questions. Did they do that? Because, we talked about having to make the trip all the way across to the West Coast, and we did not get to talk about it. But gosh, are you kidding me? They did not practice at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They've got the field. They could go out there and do whatever they need to do outside. They need to keep those boys up, especially getting closer and closer to the game. I'm not trying to act like I'm a college football coach, but gosh, you got to give some kind of symbolization to what you're going to be seeing. I mean, you don't go, I've been a baseball coach, and when we were going to play on dirt fields, we go practice the week before on dirt. If we are playing turf fields, we go practice the week before on turf because the ball is different. And obviously, if you're practicing at 9 o'clock in the morning, but you're going to be playing at 10:30 at night, somebody should have said in the building, Coach, we got to practice at night. We got to keep these guys up. We got to start getting our time in our clicker, in our brains, and our bodies ready for that time change.
And you want to hear what's crazy? This game that's coming up this weekend is 6:30 Central Time. So obviously Tallahassee's in Eastern, right? So that's 7:30 kickoff. Even that is 4 hours different from that Stanford kickoff that they had. Right. And I'm talking about like apples to apples type time.
Yeah.
4 hours different. So they would be finished the game in Tallahassee this week at the same before they even kicked off that Stanford game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nuts. And they didn't do anything about it.
Well,
that burns me. Does that not? I'm not even a Florida State Seminole fan, but that burns me up. Like somebody in the building has to have better brains than that. Somebody's got to say something. I mean, it's different. It's different. We know it's different. Either way, we're bumped up to a break. When we come back, we're going to discuss more about these Seminoles. Maybe I won't get so frustrated. Either way, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Red 7T studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up on Thursday Night Football, Tua and your Miami Dolphins host the Baltimore Ravens.
Throws caught, touchdown! Malik Washington got the laser!
Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7:15 on your spot for the NFL on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Strap in, Duval. The Jaguars are gearing up to face the Los Angeles Chargers Sunday, November 16th for our annual Salute to Service game. Join us as we honor and celebrate the brave men and women of our military all game long. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. Let's stand together, Duval.